So as far as the third world aristocrat video from today goes, I gotta say, huge win for the toe and a stroke of genius on my part.
Mr. Radio Voice, he's doing his shows. He's roasting some ass and he's picking his nose. He speaks like a pro on the Steel Toe Show. He's making a mess and everyone knows. Ready or not, he already came. April is the and she's snorting for fame. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He spilled the beans. He's rooting for rage as he gets her thrice. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He had a felony charge, but he's gonna walk. He's got a big mouth and he talks the talk. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He's always a guest with Alex Stein. He's making a wish. He's taking his time. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. Oh, hip hop dibbity dop to the wop 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 wop. Hong dong whittle dangle wang. Oh, he sang dooley mama splatting your hat. Do the poop cakes.
Goodness gracious. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's allergy season. Here we are. I haven't had to do drugs yet this year. No Zizol's the one that works for me. Zizol is my jam, bro. But haven't had to take it yet this year. Might have to start. I'm waking up now with the itchy eyeballs and the sneezing and the sinuses. Let's put our message in for today. There we go. Happy D-Day. Happy D-Day from me to you and yours. The heroes that opened the second front in World War II. We did take our sweet-ass time starting that second front in the Second World War because fuck Stalin. That's why. We probably could have just moved up the boot of Italy and attack what Churchill called the soft underbelly of Europe. But we put the armada together, made the largest amphibious invasion of a nation in, I believe, still in the history of the world. And it only would have been, I believe the invasion of Normandy would have only been topped if we had invaded Japan. If Operation, oh God, not Overlord, that was D-Day. Not Operation Unthinkable. God damn it. What was there was an operation name for the invasion of Japan. I don't want to look it up. It's an L if I have to look this up. It was Operation, wasn't Trident. What the hell was it? Operation name for the invasion of Japan. Downfall. Never would have got that. Never would have got. Maybe I never did know that. It would have been the first part, Operation Olympic, targeting the island of Kyushu. The second part, Operation Coronet. Goddamn. No, not Operation James E. Cornette. You're exposing the goddamn invasion. You're going to invade the fucking Japanese, and you're going to have shit stain as one of the generals. You know, he don't know whether to shit or wind his watch. He doesn't know his asshole from a hole in the ground. Operation Jim Cornette would have been a fun operation. That would have targeted the main island of Honshu. Operation Downfall would have been the name of the invasion. And that would have topped Operation Overlord as the biggest seaborne amphibious invasion in world history. Now you know that, and you can use that to sound like a fucking cunt at all of your big events. Such a good show today. I'm very excited for it. It is Rumble Link Friday. Hit thumbs up if you're on Rumble. Hit like, hit subscribe. Rumble's very good with that algorithm. And I must say, first month of Rumble Creator Program. Holy shit. You guys are going to be getting some low morning goals next week. I can tell you that much. Woo, I saw that number and I went, yikes. It's got me thinking. It's got, and this is probably Rumble's move. It's got me enticed. I got to look up now whether or not using Rumble Studio every day ups those numbers, because if so, we will be using Rumble Studio every day if that's the case. But hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. If you're a Rumble Premium member, it helps out the show. If you're a member, it helps the show. We appreciate everything you do to support and spread the word of the toe. We will be leaving YouTube in just a little bit, but don't you worry your head, YouTube. We have the link up in the chat for you there, and you can check it out. We have so many things to get to today. We have so many thing to talk about. I mean, obviously, your clips come first. Rumble Link Friday, $5 links, $10 immediate, $20 full. Now, the theme that people came up with yesterday was South Park, their favorite South Park clips, their favorite South Park moments, because of the Paramount Plus debacle or scandal or controversy, whatever you want to call it. Paramount Plus planning to remove about 8 to a dozen South Park episodes, and a lot of them, because of their mockery of the Jews, has a lot of people a little upset. A lot of people in UK, where the switch has already been made, they're not happy about it. But, you can't blame Matt and Trey. I saw Tim Pool the other day. Goddamn, I know some of you like Tim Pool, but goddamn do I not like that guy. Tim Pool was like, even the creators of South Park aren't that edgy anymore. It's like, fuck you, dude. You are not at a level where you're allowed to even talk about Matt Stone and Trey Parker. It's not allowed. But this is one of the lessons of when you sell the licensing fees of something that's not that is yours, it doesn't fully become yours anymore. You're now renting out the brand of South Park, and the people who now own the license get to use it on their platform the way they'd like. Shit Show with $1.99 says, we aren't booing, we're saying toe. That's goddamn right. I believe him. That's like in Green Bay when they had that fullback, what was it, Kyle Kuhn? And every time he would carry the ball, they go, Kuhn. Now, nobody bothered to explain to a bunch of dumb redneck, cheese-shitting, beer-drinking assholes in Green Bay, Wisconsin, that chanting Kuhn in a sport predominantly occupied by African-American players is not the best idea in the world. But they're Packer fans. It probably would have went in one ear, out the other. They wear foam blocks of cheese on their head. They're retarded. So South Park clips today. Otherwise, if you got other stuff, certainly throw that in there. We're going to have ourselves a busy day. Plenty to talk about with the Elon Musk, Donald Trump civil war. Oh, my God. When I saw that tweet yesterday, when I saw that Elon was like, oh, do you want to know why the Epstein documents aren't coming out? It's because Trump is on them. You're like, whoa, we're getting bitchy. This is getting bitchy. And all of this because, I get Elon's frustration. He leaves this corporation. He leaves the space rockets and shit. He was in his basement. He was playing with his rockets, playing with his toy cars, having a gay old time, right? Donald Trump comes to him and says, cut government spending. Just go crazy. Slash it all. He quits all of these different endeavors, leaves them for probably a year if you count the campaign and everything else. Leaves to help out Donald Trump, tells him where he's going to cut spending, says, here's where we can cut, here's where we can cut, here's where we can cut. The courts tell him, hey, if you're going to cut these things, you got to pass it in a bill. You got to do it the right way. So they unleash the big, beautiful bill. And the big, beautiful bill has $70 billion in Doge spending cuts in it. Whereas Doge had recommended $1 trillion in spending cuts. needless to say, Elon Musk, not a big fan, was kind of speaking out against the big, beautiful bill. And that, they just started, guys with big egos, they start backbiting and snipping and bitching at each other. All of a sudden, it's going to go from passive-aggressive to aggressive-aggressive. And Elon made it aggressive-aggressive, saying Trump's on the Epstein files. That's why they're not being released. Now, a lot of us on this show, numero uno, Josh Denny fan, Alex, myself, a few others, we kind of guessed. We're like, I think the reason that Pam Bondi is backing off this Epstein stuff so hard is maybe Trump's name is in there a little more than we originally thought. Because we knew he was on the plane, and we knew that Epstein was at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe there's a little more in there than we thought we knew. All right, let's get in here. Let's go to the chat. Let's see what you guys have today. Then we'll say goodbye to YouTube. They can come on over to Rumble, and we can get our Rumble Link Friday started. Ryan the Garbage Man sent me a text. He says, get one of those nose flushing machines to help with allergies. I think I'm probably going to break down and buy my first. If I still got a shitload of Zysol from last year, that should be okay, shouldn't it? I guess I can just check the date. I love that. I love when you go on, you ask people shit, you're like, that should be okay, isn't it? It's like, oh, if only there was a number on the fucking bottle that you could look at and see. It's like when people go on Facebook or Twitter or anything else and they type in like, do you guys know of any good places where I could get a burger? It's like, if only that thing you were typing on had a way to ask that question to a computer. You'd be set, man. You'd be set. All right, let's go to Kevin Soundboard. I haven't heard from Kevin Soundboard in a minute. He says, very Jewish of you. Do you need a tissue? Not for nothing. No, I'm okay. Usually I keep a little either a box of Kleenex or a roll of toilet paper over here, but sometimes the kids get to it. They get to my Kleenexes and they steal them. That's not what happened this time. I just didn't refill. MSO says it's called Operation Loaf Piggy. That's not what it was called. We already, Operation Downfall. In fact, annoyed Wawa supervisor writing not so politely, Downfall, you idiot. Thank you. Operation Sushi Sink, says McBuster. Navy SEALs invaded Japanese aircraft carriers in frogman suits and sunk 4 carriers. There were no plane battles. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like a history aficionado. How do I not know about that? That's not a thing. Operation Sushi Sink. I just looked it up. You're a bullshitter, my friend. You are a born bullshitter. Hulkamash says Operation Purple Heart because there would have been a shit ton of them. There would have been a lot of Purple Hearts. Unfortunately, there would have been a lot of deaths, too. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says Operation Jim Cornette. You're fucking my goddamn wife. What kind of operation is this? There are rumors. Mike Erb says Operation Stop Picking at It. Fauci's Pangolin, Operation Spookagoo. Oh, well, that's certainly, I don't think we would have called it that even back then. Annoyed Wawa says, so you're saying, unlike for Mersh, the money was in fact there. Well, yeah, because I didn't look at Rumble with googly eyes and go, it better fucking be there. Like some kind of fucking third-rate enforcer for a shitty neighborhood bookie. Yeah, the money was there. Rumble's fantastic. I have no complaints about Rumble. I know there's complaints on the user interface side, and I respect that, and I hope they continue to work at that. But I have no complaints with Rumble, and they are remarkably generous with the Rumble Creator Program money. It was not called Operation Ed and Michelle. That is not what they really. It was not called Operation Jew Fall. In fact, I would say that Jews weren't really involved. Packerbacker says, John Kuhn, you retard. I'm sorry, Kyle Kuhn, John Kuhn. Kyle Kuhn was actually a guy I played football against in high school. That's how I remember Kyle Kuhn was, I want to say, the backup quarterback. He was the backup quarterback for the Mounds View Mustangs when I played at Irondale. He had the worst fucking cadence ever. It was the most monotone. Down, side, high. Ugh. Because I played defensive end for a year. And that monotone fucker, when they put him in the game, oh my God. If I was any good at defensive end, if I was anything better than the ham and egger that I was, I would, good players who have an IQ for the game, they get the cadence of the count, or the cadence of the count of the cadence, and they're able to get a head start. Now, as a defensive end, you would think when he goes, ready, set, hut, on set, I would get out of my stance and get ready to go, and I would have a head start on the tackle. But here's the problem. I wasn't any good. That's why after going into sophomore year, I was done with football. I was a center and a defensive end. Thought you'd be a tight end. Thank you. Let's go to now, Johnny Crutches is not dead. Don Juan in the chat. R.I.P. Crutches. Every time he's not here does not mean that he died. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Snort some cinnamon. No. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, Aaron, you see, year-old Zysol takes your allergies from here all the way down here. Thank you. They're not going away either. Redbird with $1 says, for all his stupidity, Elon truly wants what's best for America to succeed, and seeing the corruption and stupidity of Congress selling us down the river probably broke something in an autist like Elon. Yeah, well, that's, private sector people in general. They just can't handle the corruption and the shit and the piss that is government. Los Federales with $2 says, please accept this request. Tariffs and exchange rate are killing me. Video footage of your next opponent. Ooh, interesting. I do have my next opponent ready to go. Now that we got that email yesterday where they said, look, matter of time, we're working on it. We're just about ready to close down shop here and get you back out there. Yeah, we got some things. We got some things going on. I want to get one this summer, and then September there's a home show that I want to be on as well. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, Aaron, bad at defensive end, spectacular receptive end. That's not true. It's not accurate in the least. Small Town MN Gal says, didn't you tell us a couple years ago that April had allergies? All right, look. If I was doing cocaine, I think my heart would explode. I think that would I don't think I have the capacity to do that. Now I don't want to. Now I have you bastards. I have allergies now. I don't want to wipe my nose because I'm worried that now you guys will start with. So now if I go like that, they're going to be like, oh, he's doing coke. Thank you, past. I appreciate the past. Fauci's Pangolin says, so Naked Twister is a sport now? Yeah. Yes. Naked Twister is a sport now. All right, let's take a look at my next opponent. Rumble Link Friday. We're going to say goodbye to YouTube in just a minute here. They've had enough time to come on over. $5 links, $10 immediate, $20 full. And remember, if you gift a membership on Rumble today, you get a free link with it, so we appreciate that. Okay, who's my next opponent?
Yes, quit. Okay.
I hate this. This is the gayest thing ever. Thank you very much, Los Federales, for the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. I appreciate it. Let's take a look here. I gotta look this one up. Schweitz with $4.99 says, speaking of fights, what's your take on the Macy Barber fight night incident? Calls for professionalism after Macy Barber's fight. We'll look this up. We're going to take a look at this, and we're going to do this next. We're going to say goodbye to the YouTube people. Take it easy. Thanks for being here. The link to the Rumble Friday stream is in the chat. Go ahead and click on it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And boom.